Hello and welcome back to another crazy beautiful person drawing. Today's drawing is gonna be a wacky. Starting out by drawing a grid on my paper to match the grid I have on my iPad. I pre-planned this drawing. I sketched it out in my sketchbook, then I fixed it up on my iPad. As you can probably see, this person has a really long head. I wanted the head to bend around on the paper and taking up all the space. And the eyes, the eyes I went really wild with. They are very blobby. The pupil is not only blobby, like the rest of the eye, it has small splotches of pupil around it. This is definitely a drawing filled with a bunch of experimenting, and I love it. Sticking with experimenting, I decided to use my purple outliner to outline this person. Normally, I use my brown outliner, but no, purple it is. I don't know, it kind of had a purple line work vibe to it. I just had to. The purple lines will go really well with the colours I'm going to be adding later on. I added a blue thick outline around. I'll admit it looks odd now, but I'm gonna add a more muted blue colour over top of it later, so it should all work out. For the background, I did this sunrise pattern thing. I don't know what to call it, but here it is. I drew lines coming from one point using my grey outliner. Then with a pencil, I added lines in the centre of each space. I evenly marked out where each semicircle will be placed. I found this protractor to help me with the curved lines. It was pretty good and handy to have at the beginning. As I drew the curved lines, it got further and further outwards. It got harder and harder to draw, but I just did my best. With my pencil, I quickly roughed out the curves that are partially obstructed by the person. Then went all around adding them with my outliner. I erased all the lines so they were completely gone, and only after all the lines were erased did I realize I've got to do a section in the middle. I tried to draw the shapes with no construction lines but ended up drawing some in to help me. Finally erasing those lines, and I am done with the outlines. It's time to add the colour. I wanted this person to be so colourful and just full of colour. Using pencils to add more details, I started with the funky shaped eyes, then quickly stopped to get shots of the completed marker colouring because I forgot to do it. Now going back to the eyes, I started with the pink eyes, adding different shades of pink, light pink for the sclera, pink tones for the carbuncle, purpley tones of pink for the iris, for the orange eyes, using light orange for the sclera, orange tones for the carbuncle, brownie tones of orange for the iris. Now for the yellow eyes, using light yellow for the sclera, greeny tones of yellow for the carbuncle, and orangey tones of yellow for the iris. For the mouths, I coloured one in green, another in blue, and the last one in purple. There's a bit of a progression in the mouths, with the first one being completely closed, the next one being slightly open, and the last one being even more open. I thought that would be fun. It also makes them all different, so it's not the same mouth copy and pasted 3 times. I felt like doing something a bit different than what I normally do with the skin. Normally making the skins of my characters colourful, whether it's pink or blue or whatever colour I feel like. I wanted to make this person very bright and colourful, but to be able to do things like colouring the features in rainbow order, the eyes being pink, orange, and yellow, then the lips continuing with green, blue, and purple. I couldn't have the skin, let's say, blue. If I did, it would clash with the blue of the lips, the blue in the background, just all the blues. If I removed all the blue and only made the skin blue, then the rainbow of colors of the feature and then the background wouldn't be the rainbow of colors. It would also look way too busy and lack any sort of focal point. Making the skin more toned down allows a separation between the bright colors. It lets them stand out so much more. I also just kind of wanted to try this color combo of pencils. I used my beige, peach, clay rose, henna, and black raspberry pencils, and I think they look pretty good together if I do say so myself. I colored the hair in with my favorite color combo of all time, yellow and pink. The bright yellow and pink look so amazing and bright. The clothes got all the colors of the rainbow. Pink for the main color of the collar, orange for the squiggly details on the collar, yellow for the triangular edging of the collar, green for the turtle neck thing, blue for half the circles on the collar, purple for the remaining half of the circles on the collar, as well as for the body of the clothes. Then bringing back the blue to add some line details for some added fun. For the background, I did do a little bit of shading, and after all that colouring, I think it turned out pretty good. But we have to fix up those lines. I used a grey pencil for the lines in the background. I tried to match the colour as exact as I could, and I think I was able to match it pretty well. I used a muted turquoise for the thick outline going around the person. I told you I was going to mute down the blue, and I did. For the person, I used raspberry. Not an actual raspberry. That'll be silly. No, a pencil in the colour raspberry. It's a darkish red colour that has just a small splash of purple mixed in. I thought it would be a good colour for the outlines. That final touch to finish off this drawing. Yes! It's so amazing! I love it. It's so colourful, but it's still nicely balanced out. And it looks so fun with the unnaturally long head and multiple features. Even how the head is positioned, twisting and turning around, it gives the piece some movement. Even the eyes are giving movement, with their odd blobby shape and also the small shape surrounding the pupils as well. I just love it so much. I hope you also love, or even just like, how the final drawing came out. Don't forget to like the video if you did, subscribe to my channel to see what else I create. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!